What's up, guys? CliffBeats, no script off the rip of the one and only.
Karen.
You ask, you shall receive. We did, you yawning. Oh, you don't
no.
yawn
Where
during
did
a
that
George
come from?
Carlin reaction. Oh, no, you do not. George, I know you're up there. Well, down there or up there, but you better get her. Guys, we heard you. You ask, you shall receive. We just got done checking out the death penalty. That was absolutely insane. But go like, go subscribe. I will link his official page down below. Are you ready to rock?
Ready to roll. Let's go.
We got religion up right now. Well, religion is bullshit is what he's saying. So, I don't know. We'll see what we got here. Please show love to the one and only George Carlin. You got this?
Yeah.
Here we go.
But in the bullshit department, a businessman can't hold a candle to a clergyman. Because I got to tell you the truth, folks. I got to tell you the truth. When it comes to bullshit, big time, major league bullshit, you have to stand in awe of the all-time champion of false promises and exaggerated claims, religion. No contest. No contest. Religion easily has the greatest bullshit story ever told.
Uh-oh.
Think about it. Religion has actually convinced people that there's an invisible man living in the sky who watches everything you do every minute of every day. And the invisible man has a special list of 10 things he does not want you to do. And if you do any of these 10 things, he has a special place full of fire and smoke and burning and torture and anguish where he will send you to live and suffer and burn and choke and scream and cry forever and ever till the end of time. But he loves you.
I'm sorry, but that made me think of your mom right there. The way she is.
Oh, yeah.
But he loves you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that way, but you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
100%.
You see what I'm saying, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
He loves you. He loves you and he needs money.
Oh.
He always needs money. He's all powerful, all perfect, all knowing, and all wise. Somehow, just can't handle money. Religion takes in billions of dollars, they pay no taxes, and they always need a little more. Now, you talk about a good bullshit story. Holy shit.
The wordplay.
Thank you. But, thank you very much. But I want you to know,
You know, George Carlin is funny, but sometimes when he just kind of hits you with a bag of reality, it's kind of hard to laugh. You're just like, man. You know what it made me think of? When you're a kid and you believe in Santa Claus and this man who is always aware of what you're doing, who can make decisions of whether you're good or bad, put you on the list. It made me think of that, but an adult version.
Kind of. Yeah, I can go off on a tangent about churches and stuff like that. But yeah, with George Carlin, you're not only getting a comedian, you're getting a philosopher. Somebody you could tell like lived in their head and thought everything out very well. I mean, you could just tell that he was really on point with everything. You get more than just jokes. You're also getting philosophy in his thought process. He's a genius, bottom line. Here we go. But yeah, I almost got pissed off with the whole church thing because that drives me nuts. Here we go. No offense. Well, actually, if you take offense, I'm sorry. I'm just giving you my opinion.
thank you very much. But I want you to know something. This is sincere. I want you to know, when it comes to believing in God, I really tried. I really, really tried. I tried to believe that there is a God who created each of us in his own image and likeness, loves us very much, and keeps a close eye on things. I really tried to believe that, but I gotta tell you, the longer you live, the more you look around, the more you realize something is fucked up. Something is wrong here. War, disease, death, destruction, hunger, filth, poverty, torture, crime, corruption, and the ice-capades.
Escapades.
Something is definitely wrong. This is not good work. If this is the best God can do, I am not impressed. Results like these do not belong on the resume of a supreme being. This is the kind of shit you'd expect from an office temp with a bad attitude. And just between you and me, in any decently run universe, this guy would have been out on his all-powerful ass a long time ago. And by the way, I say this guy because I firmly believe, looking at these results, that if there is a God, it has to be a man. No woman could or would ever fuck things up like this.
Here are the women.
If there is a God, if there is, I think most reasonable people might agree that he's at least incompetent and maybe, just maybe, doesn't give a shit. Doesn't give a shit, which I admire in a person and which would explain a lot of these bad results. So rather than be just another mindless religious robot, mindlessly and aimlessly and blindly believing that all of this is in the hands of some spooky, incompetent father figure who doesn't give a shit, I decided to look around for something else to worship, something I could really count on. And immediately, I thought of the sun. Happened like that. Overnight, I became a sun worshiper. Well, not overnight. You can't see the sun at night. First thing the next morning, I became a sun worshiper. Several reasons. First of all, I can see the sun, okay? Yeah. Unlike some other gods I could mention, I can actually see the sun. I'm big on that. If I can see something, I don't know, kind of helps the credibility along, you know? So every day I can see the sun as it gives me everything I need: heat, light, food, flowers in the park, reflections on the lake, an occasional skin cancer, but hey, at least there are no crucifixions, and we're not setting people on fire simply because they don't agree with us. Sun worship is fairly simple. There's no mystery, no miracles, no pageantry, no one asks for money, there are no songs to learn, and we don't have a special building where we all gather once a week to compare clothing. And the best thing about the sun, it never tells me I'm unworthy. Doesn't tell me I'm a bad person who needs to be saved. Hadn't said an unkind word. Treats me fine. So I worship the sun. But I don't pray to the sun. Know why? I wouldn't presume on our friendship. It's not polite. I've often thought people treat God rather rudely, don't you? Asking trillions and trillions of prayers every day, asking and pleading and begging for favors. Do this, give me that, I need a new car, I want a better job. And most of this praying takes place on Sunday, his day off. It's not nice, and it's no way to treat a friend. But people do pray, and they pray for a lot of different things. You know, your sister needs an operation on her crotch. Your brother was arrested for defecating in a mall. But most of all, you'd really like to fuck that hot little redhead down at the convenience store. You know, the one with the eye patch and the club foot. Huh?
What the fuck?
Do you pray for that? I think you'd have to. And I say, fine, pray for anything you want. Pray for anything. But what about the divine plan? Remember that? The divine plan. Long time ago, God made a divine plan. Gave it a lot of thought, decided it was a good plan, put it into practice. And for billions and billions of years, the divine plan has been doing just fine. Now you come along and pray for something. Well, suppose the thing you want isn't in God's divine plan. What do you want him to do? Change his plan? Just for you? Doesn't it seem a little arrogant? It's a divine plan. What's the use of being God if every rundown schmuck with a $2 prayer book can come along and fuck up your plan? And here's something else, another problem you might have. Suppose your prayers aren't answered. What do you say? Well, it's God's will. Thy will be done. Fine. But if it's God's will and he's going to do what he wants to anyway, why the fuck bother praying in the first place? Seems like a big waste of time to me. Couldn't you just skip the praying part and go right to his will? It's all very confusing. So to get around a lot of this, I decided to worship the sun. But as I said, I don't pray to the sun. You know who I pray to? Joe Pesci.
This guy is a fuck. He said Joe Pesci. But it makes me think of like ancient Egypt and stuff like that. They did have like a sun god and stuff like that too, like Amun-Ra. I might have that wrong, but yeah, hold on. Well, I'm going to talk about religion after this video a little bit, because obviously this is just one of his routines, but we're going to talk a little bit about this.
Said, I don't pray to the sun. You know who I pray to? Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci. Two reasons. First of all, I think he's a good actor, okay? To me, that counts. Second, he looks like a guy who can get things done. Joe Pesci doesn't fuck around. Doesn't fuck around. In fact, Joe Pesci came through on a couple of things that God was having trouble with. For years, I asked God to do something about my noisy neighbor with the barking dog. Joe Pesci straightened that cocksucker out with one visit. It's amazing what you can accomplish with a simple baseball bat. So I've been praying to Joe for about a year now. And I noticed something. I noticed that all the prayers I used to offer to God and all the prayers I now offer to Joe Pesci are being answered at about the same 50% rate. Half the time I get what I want, half the time I don't. Same as God, 50-50. Same as the four-leaf clover and the horseshoe, the wishing well and the rabbit's foot. Same as the mojo man. Same as the voodoo lady who tells you your fortune by squeezing the goat's testicles. It's all the same, 50-50. So just pick your superstition, sit back, make a wish, and enjoy yourself. And for those of you who look to the Bible for moral lessons and literary qualities, I might suggest a couple of other stories for you. You might want to look at The Three Little Pigs. That's a good one. Has a nice, happy ending. I'm sure you'll like that. Then there's Little Red Riding Hood, although it does have that X-rated part where the big bad wolf actually eats the grandmother, which I didn't care for, by the way. And finally, I've always drawn a great deal of moral comfort from Humpty Dumpty. The part I like the best, all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty back together again. That's because there is no Humpty Dumpty and there is no God. None, not one, no God, never was.
Christ.
In fact, I'm gonna put it this way. If there is a God, may he strike this audience dead. See, nothing happened. Nothing happened. Everybody's okay. All right? Tell you what. I'll raise the stakes a little bit. If there is a God, may he strike me dead. See, nothing happened. Oh, wait, got a little cramp in my leg. And my balls hurt. Plus, I'm blind. Oh, now I'm okay again. Must have been Joe Pesci, huh? God bless Joe Pesci. Thank you all very much. Joe bless you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Wow. He was just so good. Like we've watched a lot of comedians here on the channel. Oh, we're still learning, but we watch a lot. And I see why people will put him like in a category of his own.
It's just the way that it's so
Thought-provoking.
It just never stops. I don't know how he manages to remember such a bit.
There's gonna be one where I don't want to ruin it, but there's one where it almost sounds like he's rapping, and it's just like, what? He's like an absolute wordsmith too. Yeah, he's ridiculously good. But some people like get offended at some of his stuff, which I can see how, but I mean, everyone gets offended at every comedian. That's just kind of a part of the gig, is people aren't going to like your jokes, or people aren't going to like some of the things you have to say. But at the end, you have to remember, it is a joke. He even says at the end, to Joe Pesci.
It just feels more like a TED Talk. I mean, there are some funny moments in there, but it feels more like a TED Talk sometimes.
It makes you think.
Yes.
Like while I'm watching this, it's got me thinking about religion and the way I grew up. And I come from a fairly religious family. I know you come from a very religious family, and I instantly got pissed off when he started going into the church thing, because I remember the prayer plate coming around and making donations, never paying taxes, and you see these guys on TV fucking talking about, send me this, send me that, I'll absolve you of your sins. This will buy you into heaven, and they're over here in private jets and $30 million mansions, and it's just like, you sons of bitches, dude.
For me, it was, when you get to a point and you start to realize that there's all these massive buildings that somehow the community is upkeeping, but there are really no people in these buildings. Half the time these buildings are just empty, so they're just taking up all this land. Meanwhile, we have people who need a place to live, and not open to the public for sleeping. It's just weird, weird.
speaking on that, let me cut you off, but speaking on that, wasn't it like Joe Holstein or Alstein or something like that? Like there was a flood and he wouldn't let people who lost everything come staying in his church because he just had the carpets redone. And then like I think the media blasted him for it or put him on blast, and he's like, "Oh no, you can come in like after the fact, after he denied everybody." And it was like, "You son of a bitch."
That's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about.
'Cause
But these are also the people who probably helped pay for your damn carpet.
But the carpet can be replaced. These people have nothing.
Exactly, that's the point.
But you're here speaking on behalf of God. Now I will say this: do I believe in something more powerful than us? I do. Do I believe that humans have kind of ran with it and found ways to profit? I do. So I think it's a mixed bag, to be
Yes.
honest with you. I believe, like, I don't know. I feel like all of us kind of have some type of moral compass that is ingrained in us naturally that we didn't learn. Like we know what's right from wrong, and if you go by it, you go by it. If you don't, you don't. But I feel like there's something bigger than us. Like if something put me here, something takes me away. I don't know. I can't really explain it. I just feel like there is like I don't know. Maybe the term God to me means more of like the universe. Everything is all connected. You know what I'm saying? Like even grass. You know, like did you know like if a horse or a cow is grazing grass, you know, it emits, grass has life, you know, it emits like a toxic, I don't know what you want to call it, but a toxic particle. So the horses or the cows will stay away from the other grass that is alive. Like it's warning itself, like, hey, you're being eaten. So it emits like a different type of gas to stay away from it. So what I'm saying by this is everything is alive on this earth. We're all connected as one.
Mm-hmm.
So like maybe that's, in my opinion, what like God is where I think we're all connected, including the earth.
Yeah, I would agree. Somehow we're all part of the same big thing. It's just really hard to explain.
Yeah, I don't think anybody can explain. I think it's beyond our comprehension. Like I don't think it's beyond our comprehension. I don't think we can understand it. I think everything is connected. I don't think it's just one person in charge of everything.
And I don't think we're
It's
meant
not
to
even a
understand
person.
it.
Yeah, it's not even a person because we're people. Like so we're giving names and adjectives and nouns to shit that is inexplainable.
Right.
You know. Anyways, enough of my tangent because I can go off on my own. But yeah, George Carlin is great, man. This was a great bit. He was snapping off and spitting some facts here. What did you feel about it?
I thought it was hot fire too. And like I said, it
Hot
makes
fire.
you really think about everything that's going on and the whole purpose of it all, you know, it's just the money making machine.
Yeah, that's the part that bothers me the most. Like, I'm not anti like, hey, you know, say your prayers, speak to whoever you need to speak to. I do it all the time. You know, again, I do feel like there is something more powerful out there. I do believe in the affirmations. Like, I do believe if you speak things into existence, for some reason, the universe wants to give you some of that back. I do believe like there is some
Same.
type of karmic. I don't know what you want to call it. There's just something out there that's just more powerful than us. That's all I'm gonna leave
It's
it
like
at.
a push and pull, you
Yeah.
know, like everything that you put out, it's got energy. So it's got to take its turn to something.
Yeah, we're all energy. Everything here is energy. Anyways, George Carlin's great, but see how he gets you thinking. So me and Karen will sit here and discuss this for the next hour and a half.
Yup.
So you got to hear a little part of it. But thank you so much for suggesting this. This came up and a bunch of other ones about, there was religion and a few other ones, the Ten Commandments. Another one was a big one that was requested. Keep them coming, guys. Let us know what you want us to see from George Carlin or any other comedian for that for that matter. I can't even speak right now. So I'm thinking about religion.
I was like, yeah, you just lost it. It's okay.
I did. We love you guys. Stay safe. It's on to the next one. I'm always here for you. Don't forget that. And thank you so much for watching. Show love to George Carlin. Video pops up right here. You ready to rock?
Ready to roll.
The church thing got me pissed off. It got me worked up. Man.
Every time the money, billions, no taxes. Oh,
That's what
that
no
works me up
taxes.
every time.
That's the part that gets me the most is the no taxes. Like if
The
you're gonna
billions. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get heated. My blood pressure's got to be way too high. Let's go.